So let's take a walk and see what Dorian's all about once and for all. I can't stop the wind noise, so that'll be that. Here it is, right in the middle of the day. We did have a power loss earlier, but it was no big deal. Well, it's always a big deal when you lose your power. Anyway, you'll hear the wind. You see it's blowing the trees around a little bit. And clearly, see, I did not put my shutters up as everybody else did, because I just didn't buy into the herd mentality of you better buckle down, it's going to devastate the entire world. So I'm going to walk down here. Now, this particular neighbor of mine has supposedly hurricane windows. When Miguel lived here, he told me they put in hurricane windows. I found out our windows are rated for 130 miles an hour anyway. So maybe these are rated higher, 200 miles an hour. But clearly they didn't put it up. And I'm walking down here to visit George and Michelle because they did put theirs up. Look at this street. Isn't this awful? I mean, it's a hurricane. I'm out here. All right, I'll flip the camera around. You can see me all dressed in my hurricane apparel for the storm. That's no worse than any other day we get here. See this palm tree over here? It's just blowing like crazy, isn't it? There it is. See this palm tree? Just going nuts. Let me flip this around again. You see Michelle's yard is taking a tremendous hit here. Devastated all her flowers. Notice how much they're moving from the wind. Just truly an incredible hurricane. Let me see if he's working. Such a pretty home. Oh, look at that. He actually didn't put them all up. Good for him. Hi, we're interviewing neighbors to see how bad the hurricane is.
Well, it's not bad at all.
You mean what hurricane?
Well, there was a hurricane. It's still going on. It's just more of a tropical storm.
I noticed how devastated your yard is.
Yeah,
Look at that devastation. That's truly amazing. Aren't you happy you put your shutters up? Look at that.
Yeah. Look, it took the top of the hibiscus off perfectly. Almost like they were trimmed.
Isn't that great? And why aren't you at work today? Aren't people buying Toyotas all day?
No, we're closed.
You're closed for a
So
change.
the employees can be safe.
Fantastic. Okay, so this is driving around the very corner of our neighborhood. This is Lisa and Chris's house. And unfortunately, I'm sorry about the... Let me put the window down for a minute. As long as I'm not getting the rain in the car. As you can see, it's just basically just some rain. We'll take a look around. I'm going to head out to A1A and up Mantenza and see if the inlets are flooded or not. Now here we are looking at Kathy and Jeff's home, and well, let's just call them the opportunists who charge people here a small fortune to put up and take down their hurricane shutters. Sorry to say, a bit useless, but that's what I'll just say. They're nice guys and they know how to take advantage of an opportunity of people willing to pay an enormous amount of money to take up and down their shutters. But to each his own. So this is Jeff and Kathy's house, and they do face the water. You can see by their palm tree here, if I can get up to the top of it, not much is really blowing around here. Considering we're supposed to be today in the midst of a category something or other hurricane. A house under construction, obviously. You can see right through it. Looking out the front window with the wipers going, you can see hardly any damage. All right, be back soon. We are coming up to Marine Land. Come on, wipers, turn off. Okay, we're coming up to Marine Land right over here. And this is A1A, and I'm sure I'll run into some policeman at some point, maybe this guy, although he doesn't look like a policeman, but he's got some fancy blinking lights. And we'll be passing the Marine Land Dolphin Adventure fairly quickly here. Obviously nobody's at the beach, no kidding, but I would take this hurricane all day long compared to what could have been a really devastating hurricane. And I am grateful that it didn't hit here. But I had predicted this, unfortunately, not to say I told you so, but I did. Well, let's see what's going on up here, if they have closed the road or not. Well, it looks like we can get through for the moment. Love blue lights, don't you? Try to edit this window frame out, but there's the part of the inlet right here. You can see it's not very flooded. There's the intracoastal on this side, and clearly it's up, but not terribly high. Looking over here, this is about the highest water I've seen so far, and it hasn't even breached the road. Well, apparently they've closed the bridge for no particular reason, and I guess that's it. Bridge closed.
Do you live over on the island?
Yeah, I live on this island, yes.
You live on this side?
Right down there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're not allowing people to go over the bridge. The only people that are allowed over the bridge are people that do business over there, or they actually live on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just for safety.
Appreciate it, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, hopefully I got that police officer. As you could tell, he was very nice. The bridge isn't technically closed, but I have no business on the other side other than no business. So they're just closing it, although it's pretty high and you could have seen that there was nothing much to it. So I'm over here on another road that's not closed, and this takes you right by a good view of the inlet. I don't know if we'll see it or not, but let's go take a look. Well, here it is. This is the main event right now. The Atlantic Ocean, as we are observing it at its full fury, which isn't horrible. I don't know if I'd want to be swimming in this stuff, but I think you get the idea that this isn't catastrophic by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, it's rather relaxing right here, and really is not much. There's no rain at the moment, and my window is open. I'm shooting through an open window, so you can tell there's not much wind coming into here. You hopefully can hear the ocean instead of wind. So, and just pan around here and let you see where I'm going to drive down. There's obviously some other people enjoying the view besides me, so let's continue. Hey, Jerry Crowder, my buddy, you want to go sailing in this stuff? Might not even need to bring the sails down. It's hardly any wind. Lots of waves, though. Could be fun. Surprised I don't see some kayaker out there. Alrighty, so gonna head back home. I think I've seen most of what there is to see today. That's very cool looking in person. I wonder if the video is going to give you any sense of the motion of those waves. They're rather cool. But storm surging, they haven't even made it over the rocks yet, so I don't think we're going to get even anything resembling a flood. So that's the report. No CNN, no Weather Channel, just live reporting of what I actually see and what it really is here on the barrier island where Beach Haven, Summer Island, and the Matanza Inlet. So long from Florida. Isn't it interesting? This house is facing the water. I mean, the ocean that we just saw a second ago. And it doesn't on it. Not a thing. So, if these people have survived all these hurricanes and don't put up a single storm shutter or a plywood board, maybe that tells you something about people that are in the know versus people that follow the herd. Sorry to say.